Hello, good morning. Today you join me outside a quite damp Birmingham New Street station, where today I've got a slightly different video planned. So, just like in my Chesterfield down to Euston video where I didn't go through St Pancras, this is another thing I do as a train enthusiast, which it doesn't really save me money as much, but it's a lovely little loophole which I've discovered, which is really quite fun, and I'd really recommend it, and I'm surprised not many more people do it. So that's why I'm here outside Birmingham, as today we're going to be buying a ticket down to a station which I'll explain more about later, but for now, let's get in, go buy that, and then I'll explain what this loophole is. Right, here is the lovely Birmingham New Street station. Not actually that rammed today, which I'm actually quite surprised about, which is great for me filming, but I need to go find a ticket machine to go buy this ticket. So I shall locate one of those, and yeah, let's go buy it. Ticket acquired. Now we need to go somewhere else. So behind me right here, I think I'm pointing in the right place anyway, is Avanti West Coast's first class lounge here at Birmingham New Street. We're gonna go in there, and then you're probably wondering, why is a first class ticket beneficial into saving money, and why is it a loophole? Well, I'll explain that while we're in there. I've said explain that a lot this video, but I promise I will at some point. Let's go in. Okay, I am in the lounge, as you can see here. So I think it's time to explain what this ticket is. So as I pan it over the camera here, I have got a anytime single first class between Birmingham New Street and Birmingham International. It costed me £7.30 without a rail card, because I only have a 16, 17 saver, and those aren't valid on first class tickets. But you may be thinking, why have I bought this for such a small first class journey, like the trains are only every 10 minutes? Well, I think it's time to explain why I do this and why it is also beneficial in other places as well. So, a lovely motion graphic will appear on screen now, where VoiceOver Fin, yeah, I think I lied, this Fin is not explaining what's going on, VoiceOver Fin will. So yeah, I'll explain why this is quite a good ticket to buy. So, if you buy a first class ticket in the UK, sometimes the station you are travelling from or to will have a first class lounge. Now, you may be thinking, Finn, what's the big deal about this? They're just an accompaniment to the main journey, aren't they? Well, you'd be wrong. Kind of. For a long journey, they are indeed accompaniments to the journey. However, there's this loophole I've discovered that isn't often talked about, that is quite fun to do. See, most train operating companies who offer a first class lounges at stations have a sort of suburban stop, often taking less than 10 minutes to reach there by train. Now, if you buy a first class ticket from the main station to the suburban station, you get access to the first class lounge at the main station for 2 hours before your train. Now get this, it often costs less than a tenner to do. You can easily make your money back alone during the complimentary drinks and snacks you are offered in there. However, you may be thinking, Finn, where is it possible to do? Surely not in many places, right? Well, you'd be wrong there too. A few places where this is possible include Liverpool Lime Street to Runcorn, Crewe to Chester, Manchester Piccadilly to Stockport, as well as some obscure ones like Penzance to St Earth, Newcastle to Morpeth, and Cardiff Central to Newport. Some other places are also possible, however only on specific conditions, like Edinburgh to Haymarket, but only on LNER services, and Aberdeen to Dice. However, you must check the train you are travelling on offers first class, as not all of them do. Finally, there are certain places in the UK which not only have first class at the origin station, but also at the destination station too. Some places include Leeds to Wakefield Westgate and Birmingham New Street to Birmingham International, which just so happens to be why I'm here today. So that's my first class loophole, and I often use it at stations if I travel to in the UK. Not all options have been shown, but it is a really fun trick to do indeed. So now, I'm going to hand back to Present Finn, who's currently enjoying Birmingham First Class Lounge. So yes, that explains why this, and in many other parts of the UK, this is quite a good value ticket. I have just got myself some lovely complimentary snacks here, which I'm sure I'll profit on. But you may be thinking, why in this video have I decided to come to Birmingham out of all places to do this? Like, I'm sure Manchester is a lot closer to where I live. Why don't I just go there instead? Well, I'll explain why this ticket in particular is especially overpowered. But for now, I'm going to enjoy these, and let's go get on a train. Right, just came out the lounge now. We're going down to platform 5, which is quite conveniently right here. I didn't get many cutaway shots in the lounge, A, because it was quite small, and B, because I didn't really want to disturb anyone, but I'm sure I can get some from the good old tinterweb that I showed previously in the video. But anyway, on the platform now, platform number 5 is this one here, and we are waiting on the 0947 to London Euston, which are of course only going one stop for the short 10-minute journey down to Birmingham International. Here's the train right now, right at the end of the platforms as we're going in first class, of course. But yeah, let's go on board and go to Birmingham International. Right, I'm on the train now in a lovely first class here. I did this a while ago now, when I travelled between Chesterfield and Clitheroe using as many TSVs as possible, and I still travelled in first class here because I had the very intention of filming this video but from Stockport to Manchester, but that didn't work because all the files got corrupted and I didn't think I would have prevented it very well back then. Anyway, but here, first class, it's got a lovely recline and loads of power charging on the seat. I'm hoping this train leaves soon because I put it in the corner now, but I've got to do a very quick changeover back to Birmingham to go film another video, so I'm hoping that that will all work. But yeah, I'm hoping this train leaves very shortly. Okay, slight change of plan. I got on that train, it arrived, the inbound service was really late, so we had like a 5-minute turnaround, and then they announced it was cancelled. And the thing is, I would usually just wait the extra half an hour, I guess, sort of go on the next Avanti down to go down to Birmingham International, but I can't actually do that because I'm filming the Chiltern Mark 5A's videos today. So I'm gonna have to end the video here, unfortunately. But basically, what I was gonna do at Birmingham International was, because there was a lounge there as well, I could use my ticket to go in this lounge here at New Street and that lounge at Birmingham International as well. And because it was only £7.30, it would automatically allow me in both, because you're allowed 2 hours before your train here and 1 hour after your train there. So you get double your round of complimentary snacks, and maybe even something on board the train if you're lucky, but I highly doubt that. But anyway, yeah, that's what I do on a regular basis. I usually do the Stockport to Manchester one, but that's only one lounge, which is 2 lounges, and Avanti lounges are probably the best on the network. Anyway, so yeah, apologies for this incredibly short and incredibly scuffed video, but yeah, I will see you where I turn up next. Hopefully trip works next time. Anyway, goodbye. The staff at the lounge were very kind and they allowed me back in, so pictures, this can make up for for me not going to the lounge at Birmingham International. I might try and recreate this sometime in the future, but for now, I already said goodbye, so goodbye for real.